Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hi, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica and this is a vlog. It is Friday, December 29th, and I believe you just saw footage of my Christmas day. I know it's like several days past Christmas, but I still wanted to include it because part of why I like to vlog is to just like document my life and the moments in my life for my own sake. It's like a digital scrapbook of sorts, so I included that. But yeah, it is Friday, December 29th, closer to New Year's than it is Christmas at this point. Let's just talk about what I'm reading. Today on audiobook, I started Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. This is a children's classic that I never read as a child. This is my first time reading it. And so far, I don't really like it. I don't know. I feel like for me, if I didn't read these children's classics as a child, I'm finding that I don't like them as an adult. I love middle grade. Like, I love middle grade, but I like the newer middle grade. The classic middle grade just is not doing it for me. So Anne of Green Gables starts out with this couple, and they want to basically adopt a child slave. And it's set in Canada, and like they want to adopt a native indigenous child slave. But instead they get Anne. And just that premise gives me such ick. Like, it's so icky. They get Anne, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't really want a girl. They end up keeping her. But it just did not start off well. And I'm about 30% of the way through. I listened during barn chores tonight. And I find Anne to be exhausting. I don't like her as a character. She exhausts me. I like parts of her, like I like how in tune she is with nature and her surroundings. I like her imagination and the way that she's able to find like joy in things, even in circumstances that are less than fantastic. But in general, I want her to shut up. Like, maybe that's just the grumpy adult in me, but I don't think so. Because when I was a kid, I didn't like other kids. I wanted all the other kids to shut up when I was a kid. And I think even as a kid, I would find her incredibly exhausting. So far, I'm not loving it. On the flip side of that, I am loving the 2 books I'm reading physically. I'm reading The Secret History for my big book, and this is Dark Academia, and it's about a group of college students who commit a crime. That's not a spoiler. You learn this in like the first 2 paragraphs. So they commit a crime, and it basically opens with the crime that's committed, and then it's the story. It like jumps back in time and basically explains the build up to that crime. And it's just so good. Like, Donna Tartt's writing is so lush. It's so gorgeous. And I really like these characters. It's interesting because like I liked them up until a certain point, and then I was like, wow, they are just not in touch with reality, and they are a little bit like spoiled, and well, you kind of know that they're spoiled from the start, but a little bit, I can't think of the word right now, but putting themselves and their lives over that of other people. Feeling like their lives have more value than others because they're like smart and well educated, and therefore someone who is like a working class person, their life has less value in these characters' eyes. And that is super problematic. So I liked them up until we learned that like that is kind of their position on humanity. And where am I? I'm on page 200, basically. About, if I look at the Goodreads percentage, I'm about 36% is what it says for how far I am through this. And that looks about right, basically, right about there. And then the final book that I'm reading is Die Again by Tess Gerritsen. This is book number 11 in the Rizzoli and Isles series, and this is a reread. I kept talking about how I wanted to make December my month of rereads, and then I got to December, and this is the only reread I've picked up, and we're almost through December. It just was a very slumpy reading month for me overall. I just, rather than rereading, kind of needed to take a break from reading really heavily for a while, and that's what ended up happening here in December. So anyway, I am close to halfway through this. You saw me reading it earlier today when I was getting my flu shot. But it is about a hunter that is murdered and trying to solve the crime. It's a really, I don't know what more to say about it being book 11, because there's so much in here that could be spoilery, and being like a mystery, a partial mystery thriller. I don't want to spoil the mystery either. But there was a quote in here that really got me today. Maura is talking to Jane about her mother, trying to decide whether or not she wants to go see her mother. Her mother is dying in prison. And it says on page 136, and in 6 months when she's dead, how do I deal with the guilt? The fact I turned down her last wish. It will be too late to change my mind. That's what I worry about most, that for the rest of my life I'll feel guilty and I'll never get the chance to understand. Oh boy. So when I read that line at CVS this morning, I definitely almost cried because that hit home really, really hard for me. This has got a lot of really good quotable moments in it, especially like discussions of toxic masculinity. Here's a quote, even page 9. It says, Richard's click for click, but with a longer lens. Richard won't admit it, but he has lens envy, talking about a camera lens. And when we get back to London, he'll probably go straight online to price Mr. Matsunga's gear. This is the way modern men do battle, not with spear and sword, but with credit cards. My platinum beats your gold. So it's just a lot of discussion about like toxic masculinity. So that's the last book that I'm currently reading. Today I did go to CVS before doing barn chores to get my flu shot, and I wanted to get a COVID booster with it, but I hadn't made an appointment. I guess you have to make an appointment. I don't even know. I'm going to try to make an appointment to get the COVID booster tomorrow. But I got myself some Christmas presents while I was there. It was just such a low-key Christmas. I didn't see anybody, I didn't talk to anybody, didn't exchange gifts with people. Except for I did go to like a friend's Christmas on the 23rd, and that was like a fun, like little gathering, more traditional, like Christmas style gathering. But like actual Christmas Day, I was just home by myself, napping off and on. And so today I got myself some Christmas presents. One, I ordered like 5 or 6 books that are coming in the mail, of course. So when they get here, we'll do unboxings of those. And then while I was at CVS, I was like, I'm just going to look around and like Merry Christmas to me. So the first thing I got was Time's Person of the Year issue with Taylor Swift on it. I like to collect magazines of like important moments in time that mean something to me. Like I have a People, I think it's a People magazine from September 11th, 2001. And I have just like little moments in history like that, like the Queen's Jubilee. I have a magazine for it, stuff like that. So this was a moment in history. I got last year, I think you saw it in a vlog, maybe not, but the one with Harry Styles on the cover of Rolling Stone, I have a copy of that. So I do like to indulge in this collection of just like, and it's not necessarily anytime there's a big world event I buy one, but it's when there's an event that means something to me is when I will buy it. So I bought the Taylor Swift Time magazine issue Person of the Year. I also, for New Year's Eve, will probably be spending New Year's Eve home alone by myself. That's my favorite way to spend New Year's Eve, actually, and it has been my favorite since I was like a really little kid, because I like to journal and reflect on the year and just have like an evening of peace before the chaos of a new year begins. So that is what I'll be doing this year. And so they were on sale, these little Christmas holiday jammies for the dogs. They were half off. So I got the blue version, and they have Volkswagen Beetles on it, which if you know my family, and I know at least one of you who's friends with me here grew up with me and and went to high school with me. So if you're watching, you'll know the significance of this. But my father and my brother rebuilt Volkswagen Bugs my entire life. And so the fact that it had a Volkswagen on it, I was like, I'm sold. So there's this one in blue, which I don't know who I'll put in what one yet. Orlando does look good in blue, but so does Maggie. Maggie looks good in blue here. So there's the blue version of the jammies. And then there's the same print only on white. So the white version of the jammies. So I'm going to put the dogs in these on New Year's Eve. I did get like these cute little like more formal attire, like a blue dress for Maggie and a bow tie for Orlando. But since it's just going to be a chill, quiet night, I think I'll put them in jammies instead. And it'll be really, really cute. I got this for next year's Christmas cards since they were half off. Super, super cheap for next year's holiday cards. And then I have been wanting this actual scent from Dolce & Gabbana, but it's very expensive to buy perfume from Dolce & Gabbana. So I got the knockoff that they had at CVS, which is light blue. This has been on my wish list for like years, Dolce & Gabbana's light blue. So I splurged and got myself the knockoff for Christmas. And it smells so good. I smelled the sampler they had. It really does smell just like it. The difference in these is usually just how they finish on the skin. There's usually just slight differences in that with the knockoffs. And then the rest is just like makeup that I use regularly. I really love these Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Sticks. And I have used up both of these colors that I own. So I bought replacements for those. I love and I'm obsessed with Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. So I got a color that I had used up and some eyeliner that I needed. And then I got this cool, I don't know if you can see, the lighting's kind of bad, but it's a nail polish. It's like a deep olive green that's got some chrome in it. Like olive green's like my favorite color right now. So that's what I got myself for Christmas from CVS. And like half of it was like 50% off because Christmas is over. I also got book mail, so give me a second. So these came in the mail from my friends at the Lair, which is through Jan Agaton's Patreon. So the first one is Unmasking Autism by Devin Price. I actually read this in December and gave it 5 stars. I added it to my wish list because I wanted a physical copy so that I could work through the journal prompts in here. And this was given to me by Jessy at jessychamber Reads. And so thank you so much, Jessy. And to answer your question, yes, I'd be happy to buddy read this with you whenever you're ready to buddy read it, because I absolutely plan on rereading this multiple times, like I said, so that I can work through those journal prompts and just comb through the ideas that it's presenting. Such a good book. And then I got this one, All That Consumes Us, which is a dark academia. And dark academia I love so freaking much, and especially like reading The Secret History right now. Like, I am so invested in dark academia. Being someone who works in academia, I don't totally know what this one is about. Oh look, there's a little death moth on here. That's so cute. We love moths. And let's see, I can read a bit of the synopsis. I don't like to read all of it because I think some people find like the book jacket synopses spoilery. It says, Magni Veery is Tara's dream. Like everyone at Corbin College, she longs to join its elite ranks. I'm guessing that is a secret society. Notoriously insular, the students who spend 4 years within the academic society's shadowed halls come out changed innovators ready to shake the world. As a first-gen college student, Tara knew she was a long shot, but when a Magni Veery student mysteriously dies, the spot opens for Tara, and she sees her dreams finally coming true. That sounds a lot like Catherine House. I read Catherine House with the Lair. It was one of Jan's Full Moon Book Club picks in 2023, and oh, I loved that book. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So cool. I'm really excited about this. And this was gifted to me by Ashlyn from the Lair. Ashlyn has the cutest dog named Scout. We all love Scout. So thank you so much, Ashlyn, for gifting me this book. I really, really appreciate it. And I can't wait to read it. So I did go ahead and finish barn chores today, and before this turns into like a 40-minute update, I'll just say that the rest of the night I'm working on editing videos because I'm sort of lost in vlog footage. I've got like 4 different vlogs I need to finish editing and stuff and figure out like the upload schedule for them. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing tonight, along with like running some laundry and doing some decluttering and loving on the babies. Hi, Pippi. Pippi. Say hi to everyone. Good girl. She's been so cranky the past few days. I don't really know why. Good morning. It's Saturday. I slept until almost noon today because of getting my flu shot yesterday. But the plan for today is to get my nails done. And then if there's time after that, I'm going to drop a load off at consignment and then do barn chores. I took on another person's stalls from January to March. So I'm doing like 9 stalls every day. And it's a lot of work. But I digress. Barn chores. Probably spend some time with Doll, and then after that I'm going to film my January TBR. Hopefully, if I have energy, I'll film my January TBR. That's the plan for the day. But we all know how well plans work out, so we're just gonna go with the flow.
Cherry. Did you go just doing a quick evening check-in here on Saturday. I did end up having enough time to both get my nails done and drop a load off at consignment. And then I did barn chores, came home, had dinner, and I've been doing house chores like I did laundry, changed kitty litter, took the dogs out, cleaning some areas of the house, decluttering some more areas. It's just a fun time. And so basically what I do or have been doing since about November, because like November, end of October, I hit like a rock bottom, kind of low in terms of burnout. So I've been making sure that I spend time in the evening reading, because that really help me refill my cup and like my mental health. I really need to read like for a couple hours every day, or I'm just not well. So what I do is I put on some comfort TV. I just finished watching all the DVDs I have of Friends. I don't have the whole series, so I watched up to season 7, which is as many of the seasons that I have, and now I'm watching Gilmore Girls. I just started season 1, and I kind of rotate every other episode. So like one episode I'll read, the next episode I'll do chores. Then next episode read, next episode do chores. And that is just kind of how I spend my evenings. So I've been, cleaning, loading, unloading the dishwasher, decluttering, deep cleaning areas, and then reading. And I'm reading Die Again by Tess Gerritsen. And I really like in this installment the tension that has developed between Maura and Jane, because up until this point they've been just like the best of friends, and they haven't had a whole lot of conflict in their relationship, but they're starting to have some conflict now and starting to run into some issues where just they have these personality differences and different backgrounds that get in the way of them understanding one another. And they both have some real trust issues just because of the line of work that they're in. And so kind of seeing them try to work that out, even though they have these difficulties with relationships because of, trauma, basically, has been really enjoyable for me. I love to see people work through their issues. I love to see people work through conflict and that kind of thing in novels. That's why I really like character-driven books. I have a psychology degree. I love people's brains and like human interaction and healthy ways to do that and unhealthy ways to do that, and just watching and reading about people sort of working through it. So I'm really enjoying that in this. And if you like cats, you would probably also like this installment, because the big focus of this one is on feline behavior. And I won't tell you any more about that part of it because it's spoilery. But being a cat lover myself, I'm having a great time with that as well.
Happy Sunday. I was going to say good morning, but it's a bit beyond morning. I got up late again because I think I'm still dealing with the after effects of the flu shot I got on Friday. But I slept late, and then I was just like laying around with the critters. And yesterday I was going through my vlog footage, and I realized that of the vlogs I have coming up for you, there's a clip that I left out, and it's the one where you meet Mr. Buttershaw. So I'm going to insert that clip now. Hi. I've been keeping a secret, and his name is Buttershaw. Right here, this little boy. So Pippi really needed a playmate. Her energy was something that my old elderly 14-year-old cats just could not keep up with. And this little guy found me. He is 6 months old. His name is Buttershaw Pidlington II. As you can tell, he's quite rambunctious, which Pippi loves. And he and Pippi get along really, really well. He has been vetted, started his first round of shots, and he's a healthy boy. He's equal parts snugglebug and wild thing. So I have a new baby. You want to meet our friends? Yes, you sweet boy. You sweet boy. Yeah, so like welcome little Buttershaw to the Lovestead crew. Pippi is in love with him. They are the best of friends and it's going really well. My cat Elle, which is one of my older cats, my older black cat, I took him to the vet Wednesday of last week. And they want to get like a urine sample and some other tests done on him. But he holds his pee for a very long time. And with it being the holidays, I'm probably not going to get him back until Tuesday. Because like they're closed Sunday and then like Monday is the holiday and they were only open until noon yesterday and he hadn't peed and like I miss him. I miss my little man. They think that for sure he has pneumonia. Which I'm like, how the heck did a cat get pneumonia when they're just indoor cats? But you know, it happens. So hopefully he's feeling better and he's doing okay. I just want him home. I miss my little buddy. Anyway, it is Sunday and I did sleep late, so I am going to make a coffee because we have to stay up late tonight because it is New Year's Eve. Gotta watch the old ball drop. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna make breakfast for lunch since I didn't have breakfast and it's lunchtime. So I'm gonna make breakfast for lunch and then probably just do the thing I do where I watch my show and rotate between chores and reading until I have to go to the barn. And then after barn time, I need to pick up a grocery order. And then I'm going to make dinner and some snacks for the evening. I need to do aquarium maintenance for the axolotls and the goldfish. And then I'm just going to work on my planners for 2024. I'm doing a different planner system this year. It's like a pre-built bullet journal kind of thing. So I'm going to see if that works a little bit. I didn't like do anything in my bullet journal for the entire month of December because it just got to be too time consuming and too much effort to do the monthly layouts and then have to enter in all the daily things in the layouts. So the journal I got has like the layouts pre-made and now I just have to figure out how I'm going to use the layouts to get what I need out of a bullet journal system. So I've got my bullet journal, I've got my new reading journal from Owlcrate that I'll be using and starting and working in, and then I've got my regular planner for the year, so I need to just sort out like how the three are going to interchange and work together to keep me on track so that I don't, you know, drop any spinning plates. And there are fewer spinning plates now than there were a year ago. Thank God. Reading check-in. I'm about 60% of the way through Anne of Green Gables. I'm warming up to it a little bit more. Every chapter is kind of its own little silly short story with Anne and her mischievousness. I still think she's exhausting. I still am not her biggest fan, but some of the stories are cute. And then her adopted father, I can't remember his name right now, constantly going, well, now it is driving me up the wall. And maybe it's just the way the audiobook narrator is doing it, but learn a new phrase, bro. right now it's kind of on track to be like a 3-star read. And then yesterday I did continue working on Die Again by Tess Gerritsen. Feeling the same way about it as I did in my previous check-in. Hello, happy Tuesday, New Year's Day. I didn't do like a check-in. I filmed some B-roll, but I didn't check in. I just had like a good relaxing day off. Like I did some aquarium maintenance for the axolotls. I showed you a little clip of one of my axolotls. His name is William. I appreciate no feedback on how bad his gills look. He is a rescue, and his gills are as good as they are going to look. I've had him for 5 years, and he is 11 years old this year. So those gills are as good as they're gonna get. He's getting up there in age for a little salamander. And then I did some house chores, like I changed the kitty litter, cleaned up the bunnies area, took out the trash, loaded and unloaded the dishwasher, did some meal prep, went to the barn and did barn chores, spent some time with Doll, and then came home and read and watched Gilmore and did my usual like rotating between chores and reading, kind of an evening. Today I'm back at work. I'm actually currently on my lunch break, and it's going to be a pretty long work day, I think, just because it's the first day back after a week off. And so there's a lot of catching up to do, a lot of emails to catch up on, a lot of like first of the year stuff, like updating all my folders to 2024 instead of 2023, you know, all that kind of thing. So it's going to be kind of a longer day today. I'm thinking I'll probably have to log back into work when I get home from the barn tonight. But I'll probably take my computer and stuff downstairs. And I'm having a booktube day. That's how we're making the long work day a fun day. So I'm watching booktube while I work. So that's kind of the plan for today. Reading update. I finished Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. I give it 3 stars. I ended up liking Anne as she aged and just matured a little bit. I found her exhausting in her younger years, but as she aged and matured, I found myself liking her more and more. And overall, it's a cute story. I really like the emphasis on how important imagination is. And even in adulthood, how we still need to cultivate our imaginations and find joy in the things we can imagine. I like how grateful Anne is just for every little thing. That is kind of inspiring. You know, it'll always like hold your gratitude above all else. And then, yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I don't know if I would have liked it better as a kid or not. I think I would have liked it about the same as I liked it as an adult. It's not my all-time favorite children's classic. It didn't top it. My all-time favorite children's classic is Pippi Longstocking. So far, nothing has topped Pippi. And 3 stars for that one. I might continue this series. I haven't really decided. I've heard that the later books in this series kind of lose their magic, but maybe I would like that. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I also, like, my library doesn't have them on audiobooks, so I'd have to physically read them, which also is like a, I don't know if I would want to put the time into physically continue reading the series. So if it's worth it, let me know down below. The next audiobook I picked up is a contemporary romance called Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. And it's about an influencer who basically gets canceled. And she has to go live with her uncle in a national park in Montana. So it's like the princess going to live out in the wilderness kind of a deal. And one of the park rangers there, they instantly dislike each other. So I think it's supposed to be like hate to love, but it's more like annoyed to love, because it's not hate. Like, they don't hate each other. They're just annoyed by each other. And you know they're going to fall in love by the end. But I don't usually like contemporary romance, but this is like cozy, and I'm in the mood for something kind of cozy. I was actually considering picking up a cozy mystery, but this came up on my holds list. So it's so cozy. Like, she's living in this little cabin up in the woods in Montana, and it's winter time, and it's just very cozy and cute, and it's a really good time pass. It's not like blowing my mind or getting me in my feelings or anything like that. It's just like a cozy, safe, fun little time pass of a read. I did finish Die Again by Tess Gerritsen. I don't have the book with me right now, so I'll talk about it at another check-in. But then the book that I picked up after that is the graphic novel Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Jomny Soon. And it's just this weird little graphic novel, and I'm about halfway through it, but it's like simultaneously funny, sad, profound, and cute. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's just about this alien who comes to Earth to study humans, and he thinks like all these things that aren't actually human are humans. So he thinks like a tree is a human and a snail is a human. And just like his story of like meeting these different parts of Earth and interacting with them and building a relationship with them and learning about them. And some of the lines in here are just so like off the wall, random and funny, and I don't know. I like the sense of humor in this, but then there are some moments in here where I'm like, whoa, that is heavy. So it'll like sneak attack you with a really heavy line every now and again. But mostly it's like lighthearted and kind of satirical, but really cute too.
Hi, girls. Hi, Miss Lady. Hi, Miss Lady. Hello. Hi, Dolly. Hi. Hi, go girl. Hi. How's my girl? How's my girl? Hi, big boy. How's my Yeah, 1 second. 1 second.
Hi. Happy Wednesday. It's my long day at work, and I just took a break to do some chores. So I got some laundry going. I sprayed my bathroom down with some cleaner to let it soak while I'm in class, and then I'll scrub it all after I'm done teaching class tonight. And then I took out the trash and checked the mail and did a little decluttering as well. It's been a really productive day. But when I checked the mail, I got book mail. And I'm pretty sure these are just ones that I ordered for myself. But there's always a possibility that it could be from my wish list from somebody. So here's the first package. It's a wish list book. What? What? Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that. Oh my gosh. Okay. It says, it's been a pleasure knowing you this year and meeting you through the lair. I hope you have a wonderful new year. From Destinie. Oh my gosh. And it's Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier, which is an adult high fantasy I've been really wanting to get to. Oh my gosh. I literally was not expecting that. I knew there's a possibility because we all shared our wish lists in the lair and we've been sending each other things. But I had ordered books for myself and I was like positive that it would just be books that I had ordered. This is like such a nice surprise. It's such a nice surprise. Thank you so much, Destiny. I am excited to read this. Have you read it? Let me know. If not, maybe we could buddy read it. But I've heard really good things about this whole series. So amazing. That makes me so happy. It literally made my day. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I think it's the books that I ordered myself. Yeah, feels like it. Feels like it. So here's the next package. Yep. Okay, I got A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. Because it's a prequel to the Priory of the Orange Tree, and the way my brain works, I like to read in chronological order. So, since I had bought Priory of the Orange Tree earlier this year, I didn't realize it had a prequel. So, for Christmas, I bought myself A Day of Fallen Night. Then, here's the next package. Yes! Yes, I ordered this for myself, and I'm so excited about it. So, you all know my favorite romance series of all time is the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. This is book 1. She's re-releasing the series with these new covers, and I'm going to buy them all. So this is the only one that was available as of now. The rest are like coming out staggered over the next few years. And I really am planning on rereading these, kind of like I do my Tess Gerritsen series. Just like once I finish it, loop back and start it all over again, because there's just so much in this book to unpack. And I want to go through and reread from the beginning, knowing all the things that happened towards the end, so you can see how everything ties together and like all the Easter eggs and things like that. This makes me really happy to just hold this book in my hand. I read these originally all on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm really excited to have a physical copy. Oh, here's the next package. And this is the last one. Oh, interesting. So the next book that I bought for myself is a middle grade called The Republic of Birds by Jessica Miller. And I believe this is, oh, it's an Amulet Books. It's by a publisher that is hard to access here in the US. And like none of the libraries around here had a copy of this book. And I've heard that it's like a Slavic story. And I love like wintry Slavic middle grade fantasies. Like there's just something about them that I really, really like. So that is the last of today's book haul. I do have a little reading check-in. I didn't read anything physically yesterday, but I did read almost all of Famous for a Living. And it's such a cozy, light book. And it's very light on smut too. So if you don't like a lot of steam in your books, you would probably like this. There's a little bit of trauma in the characters' backstories, but there's no trauma on page. Like they tell each other about like, here's what I experienced, but there's so far at 80% not been anything that they like actually experience on page. And it's just like a goofy, lighthearted, cozy, Hallmark-ish kind of a story, which I don't usually like. But something about this one is working for me. I don't know if it's hitting me at just the right time and I'm in the right mood for it, or if it's the tropes or the writing style or what. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is that's making me like enjoy it. And you know, you don't always have to be able to figure that out either. But I am enjoying it. It's like right now sitting at like a 3.5 stars. I might finish it tonight when I finish folding and putting away all the laundry that I did. So, anything else to update you on? I don't really think so. Oh, I do have something to update you on. I almost forgot. Ella's home. So I am a little bit worried about him. He has a bad bladder infection and pneumonia, and the vet said she's concerned about his cough from pneumonia. So he goes back on Friday to get more antibiotic shots, and I'm just hoping and praying that that will clear everything up. He seems comfortable, he's eating, he's not throwing up anymore, which is good. So I think he's making forward progress. I'm just still dealing with a little bit of trauma after losing my other cat Pie, so I tend to be hyper vigilant. At least right now, and I probably will be for a while, if not forever with my pets. So yeah, that's the update on him, since I think I had mentioned before that he was at the clinic for like 6 days. So he's home now, and I'm so glad he's home. Hi, it is late Friday night. It's about 11 p.m. Friday night, and I just wanted to wrap up the vlog here. Quick update on Elle. He went in today to x-ray his lungs since he had pneumonia, and his x-rays came back clear, which is a really good thing. So the pneumonia has cleared up. We are moving in the right direction, which is a really big relief. Good news, she said his kidneys looked great, which is excellent because that's what took Pi. So I was really relieved to see that his kidneys look good, because he's the same age as Pi was. He's 14. I finished a couple of books. So I finished Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson, and I gave it like 3.5 stars. It ended up just being like just a really lighthearted, cozy, fun, silly read. Certain parts were a little over the top and heavy on the cheese, but I don't know, that's part of the joy of romance, isn't it? It's like we can revel in some of the beautiful things in life, even if they're a little bit cheesy. I'm having trouble getting comfortable. It's the time of day where my chronic pain starts to set in, so, you know. And then the other book that I finished was Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too, which is the graphic novel. And this one, if I could describe it, I would describe it as like confusing, silly, sweet, and profound. The story is fairly simple on the surface, but the more and more I think about it, the more and more sort of profound it is. So I was reading a little bit about Jonathan Sun, or Jomni Sun, and he's a philosopher. So it says he's an architect, designer, engineer, artist, playwright, and comedy writer. As a playwright, he's had his pieces performed at the Yale School of Drama, and at the Toronto Hart House Theatre and Factory Theatre. As an artist and illustrator, he's had his art exhibited at MIT, Yale, New Haven Art Space, and the University of Toronto. He is a doctoral student at MIT and a Berkman Klein Fellow at Harvard. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Super impressive author, and his intelligence shines through in this story. I gave this 4 stars. It's definitely worth a reread, so I'll probably check it out from the library again at some point, or maybe purchase a copy. And I do recommend this if you really like questions about like why do we exist? Is the meaning of life joy? Is the meaning of life something else? Like, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here? Why do we exist? What's the meaning of life? Why are we the way we are? Those are like the really big life questions we all ask. And he attempts to tackle it in like this sort of simplistic way. The more I sit and talk about this, the more and more I love it. With that what you will. So to wrap things up in this vlog, I read and discussed Die Again by Tess Gerritsen, which is book 11 in the Rizzolian Isles series, and gave it 3 stars. I liked the big cat behavior discussions. I liked the discussions on toxic masculinity, and it's just, you know, kind of a fun time pass. Similarly, another fun time pass that I read was Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. Light, funny, cozy, silly, sweet, very minimal, actually no steam at all. Like no smut or steam at all. Like they kiss. Little, that's it. That's it. That's it. And the romance aspect of it is actually pretty light too. It's more just like contemporary fiction with a love story, truly. And then Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too. Have you read any of these? Let me know if you have down below and what you thought of them. If you just want to leave me an emoji to let me know that you're here, go ahead and leave me an alien emoji. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.